Good morning. I am so excited to be here again today, and I have a lot of little toys in front of me again. So today I'm going to begin with my ancient, well, it's ancient, I've actually owned it for 22 years, my Tibetan bowl that I bought in Lhasa, and play it different ways. I also have the bell that Mangku got for me and gave me more than a decade ago, right here. So that's what I'm going to use. And before I start, I'm going to use my sacred mountain. I'm so happy to see some people already on, and I'm going to use the sacred mountain, which anchors that frequency of the sacred space, and intend that while I am speaking and during this entire time that I remain in my sacred space, and I'm going to rub the striker for the Tibetan bowl with the sacred space, and also the bowl itself and the bell. So just enjoy as we prepare ourselves for this next session. And today I'm going to play the Tibetan bowl in the two ways, with the gong, which will give you one tone, and with the striker around the outside of the edges of the bowl. So first let's listen to it as the gong. Once again, good morning and happy Sunday. I think it is probably just about 11 o'clock. And today the topic that I chose was selecting our cards with focus. Now, when we're playing with the rainbow healing cards, just as when we're playing with our essential oils, know that you cannot do it wrong. So there are no instructions that you have to do anything in any particular way. As Gary Young told us so often, the only wrong way for applying an essential oil is not to use it, not to open the bottle. And when asked what is the correct way to apply the oil, he said, pick up the bottle, unscrew the top, put some drops in your hands, and rub your hands together. Any oil, so whatever oil you have close by, please do that. And just breathe it in with intent, with focus and intent. We really don't often understand the power of our focus and the power that we have with intent. When we are asking for something, we're putting ourselves in a receiving mode. Passive. Sit here and let it come. when we are intending, with focus particularly, but when we are intending for something to happen, we are putting our energy, our will, and our passion behind making it happen. When we add on top of that additional focus, we magnify the effect. We magnify the effect of the essential oils by holding those bottles in our hands and intending that whatever frequencies we require, or if we're applying on another, that someone else requires at this moment for perfect balance. That intent can change the frequencies. Just like Emoto found with the water, that the water crystals formed very, very differently when the water itself, the beaker, was exposed to words, to kind and loving words with intent. So whether we're holding our crystals, I have right here the one of my fluorite crystals, which I'm going to hold with the intent that it will totally radiate outward that sacred space, that frequency of being in the sacred space, of allowing for that full connection with the source, for allowing us to push all of the stuff outside that is not moving us forward, that is not supporting us. Each one of us was given a special set of abilities to do something. And when we all work together, we have everything. We have everything because every single one of us is different. No two of us are alike, and we don't have the same skills. I use the word attribute a lot. And I thought this morning, while I was preparing for this Facebook Live, I thought, I'm going to look up the word attribute and see what the synonyms really are. I'm going to tell you some of them because these were not always ones that I thought about with focus. The quality, I thought of qualities and traits, aspects, because things have different sides. Just like this crystal has many different aspects, many different sides. Property, capability, potential. That word potential I love. Maybe that's one reason I love highest potential so much, the essential oil blend, because we each have potential. Now, is our potential going to be used in a positive way, or is our potential going to be used in a negative way? Potential can be either way. And if we constantly remind ourselves that we have greatness inside, true greatness, and to focus and to actually embrace our power to do what we are capable of doing. And I'm going to apply the blend. I pulled out the blend One Heart today because this seems so special to me for this focus, that if each of us focuses on being the very best that we can be, and we all work together in one heart, think of the result. So I'm going to show you, as I said, we're going to be talking about how we select the cards. Now, there are, with the whole decks, or if you're using your app, you have 3 different categories. You have the combinations, you have the single glyphs, and you have the archetypes. So I do different things all the time. So I'm just showing you something, a different way that you may not have experienced yet. If you go on your app to the, let's find my app because my alarm was on. To the ones that have the select your cards, and every time you refresh it, all three of them will start spinning. And you can select 1, 2, or 3. Just because there are 3 there does not mean you have to use all 3. Now, recently, many times I will say, I go first to see what is the combination, because that is an in-depth focus for my day or for my moment. Now, if we are selecting the cards with nothing in mind as to a focus, we'll get cards that will not harm us. They may be playful, they may make us happy, and they will not create imbalances. However, if we are really choosing to go to another level, a higher level, I think in terms of digging deeper, so I'm going down. But if we're going to engage at a deeper level, then we may choose to do them more slowly. Now, when I select my cards, I have to tell you that when I select them, I first create my sacred space. I use my sacred mountain and create the sacred space. And I do the journey of the glyphs with the oils first too, because I choose to put myself in the best possible place before I choose where to place my focus. And this is going to give me an idea of where I might choose to place my focus. So I'm going to first today select the archetype card, because this is going to give me a place to think about. Archetypes, every archetype has positive attributes, all these qualities, potentials, challenges, talents, but they also have potential challenges. So I'm going to look at it, and let's see, today I got just now the healer card. The healer, I will show you right here. The healer is all about gentleness, about healing oneself, about the focus inside. No one can heal another. I don't believe that anyone can actually heal another. We each, though, have the potential for healing ourselves when we are connected with the source and are fully engaged in the process. So if I read all the positive things about the healer, the gentleness, the ability to create that environment where others feel comfortable, where others are comfortable feeling vulnerable. It is only when we are vulnerable that we actually can really take that next step. When we're attempting to be in control of everything, well, first of all, we're really not in control. The only thing we're in control of is our choices. And there are always choices. There are challenges for the healer, because the healer also has that ability to support others in creating that sacred space, that beautiful space where they can get on their journey and move forward. Because of this, many times the healer is so nurturing that the boundary issue comes up, because as we begin to give away our own energy or take on things from others, that is not going to move us forward, and it's actually not going to be a positive thing for anyone. So that's something to keep in the back of my mind. However, I'm looking at this today. We know that I love looking at the world through rose-colored glasses. I have some of my glasses. Let's see which one I'll pick up today. Ooh, I'm picking up the purple ones. Thanks to Stephen. Today I'm looking at the world through purple glasses, and wow, it looks so beautiful because I love the color purple. The key is to create that environment that makes us feel safe. When we're safe, we can move forward. When we are in fear, we cannot. And no one, even though we feel that there's a lot of fear around us, no one else has control over your choice of the way you are experiencing this present moment. So as we realize that we are in control of this present moment and take charge of it, we can begin to heal ourselves and create that environment where we can feel safe. Now, I'm going to select the next card on here too, because I'm going to see which one of these the single glyphs might be helpful for me. So I'm going to press the single glyph. And I come up with the 8th glyph, which is Divine Union. Showing you what, interestingly, Divine Union is that purple, that pale violet energy. Guess what color glasses I'm wearing? Perhaps that's why I somehow picked up the purple ones this morning, even though to put on during this video, rather than to put on, I'm dressed in turquoise, which is that energy of compassion, that energy of gentleness, of nurturing, which goes right along with the healer, doesn't it? So I'm going to think about how this is going to work with the healer. And the divine union is all about, it is divinely reuniting all of your positive and negative, all of the parts of yourself. You and the source drawing back all of your knowledge and abilities of your authentic self. Becoming authentic is what it is all about. As each of us is more and more authentic, we are more and more powerful. And as we divinely reweave ourselves back together into the being that we were created to be, there is nothing, absolutely nothing, that is more powerful, except when we all work together. When we all are working together in harmony. So each of us must be our authentic self, doing the things that we do best, and work together in harmony with others. There's no time for dissension. Each one of us is busy working on our own stuff. So as we become more and more of who we are, automatically the other things are drawn to us like a magnet. And the right people come in with the right abilities and the talents, and we can move mountains. There is nothing to fear as long as we are in our own power. So as we are more and more authentic, that is the key to everything. Listening to the source, whether you're looking through purple glasses or, let's see, I have turquoise glasses, the glasses of compassion. What else do I have? Which ones are these? I think these are the rose-colored glasses. I actually love rose-colored glasses. Whatever colors you're looking through, it's whatever frequencies you are utilizing at this moment to bring about perfect harmony and balance in your own field will attract others with perfect harmony and balance. So I challenge you this week to play with your cards and have that focus when you're actually selecting them, to see what it is that what you might focus on at any given moment that will be a positive thing for you. I remind you again that nothing is going to create an imbalance. And I say that, but I have to say this. I'm sorry, Stephen, I just said the word but. This is my big calcite, that honey calcite, orange calcite, which is that breath of life, that change, because change is going to create an imbalance for a period of time until rebalancing takes place. How many of us fight change? I have to admit that most of my life, change absolutely terrified me. And some of you may feel the same way. So if you are resisting change, can you stop it? Ask yourself this, can you really stop it? If you start rolling a ball at the top of a hill and it starts rolling down that hill, it's going to gain momentum. That's what change does. And the more it rolls, the less chance you have of holding it back, because it's going to be more powerful. So as you're making your changes, positive changes, accepting those changes, and moving towards harmony, there is no stopping you. So I challenge you this week to just play with your cards or play with your app. Write down. I love to write down the cards that I select. Sometimes I select them 6 or 8 or 10 times a day. It depends on what I'm doing, what else I'm doing. Have fun with them and pay attention to the patterns that you're noticing, because there are messages there. This is one of the ways that we can actually receive messages. I talk about it as my conversations with the source. It's just, it's a way of communicating with yourself, communicating with the godliness inside you. So have a beautiful, beautiful week filled with lots of insights, with greater harmony, with less resistance to change. And I look forward to seeing you again next Sunday. And please, please join our groups, our New Life Journey group, and download, if you haven't already, your app, and write us. Let us know what you're experiencing. This is helpful for all of us, because we do all learn from every single one of us. Every one of us is a teacher and a healer for others. So have a beautiful week and lots of fun, and I'll see you next Sunday.